this at all.
Kenosha Police Department says the shooting happened shortly after 5 p.m. on Sunday. It added that officers had provided immediate aid to Mr. Blake, who was taken to a hospital in Milwaukee in a serious condition. Now, Kenosha is just south of Milwaukee, Wisconsin's largest city. 3 months ago, in the neighboring state of Minnesota, nationwide protests were triggered by the police killing of George Floyd, a black American man accused of using counterfeit money. The shooting of Jacob Blake on Sunday led to protests in both states. Now, as we just saw on Monday night, protesters in Kenosha were seen attacking cars and buildings. One of the buildings is a correctional facility in the center of the city, not far from the Kenosha County Courthouse. Another building targeted by protesters. Now, Christine Flores is from CBS News. She's outside that correctional facility and joins us live. And Christine, just describe the scene around you.
Hey, Karin, yeah, we are just off of 30th Street, and it's just a few blocks away from downtown Kenosha. The rubble you're seeing behind me here, that is what remains of the correctional facility right here in Kenosha. There was an employee who was here earlier that described this building as an office building. People would come here with their parole officers. A lot of people have been stopping by to not only see the damage for themselves, but are just in awe. A lot of the sidewalks here as well are cleared off, and what ended up happening is a lot of community members came out and they said the first thing they felt they needed to do this morning was grab a shovel, grab a broom, and clear off these sidewalks so people could at least walk through the community and feel some kind of normalcy still coming back. And like you mentioned, this comes as the second night unfolded of unrest here in Kenosha County.
And Christine, what are the authorities saying about potentially charging those police officers involved? I believe thousands of people have signed a petition.
Yeah, so yesterday during a press conference, they did let us know those officers have been placed on administrative leave just as any protocol. But also they did describe that this case, just like any other case, will have to go through a process, which is following statutes and everything else so that everyone can have a fair day in court as well.
Just tell us a little bit more about the city where you are. It's a small city, Kenosha, and I suppose, and I can imagine, it's not a place normally associated with making headlines.
Definitely a small city here. A lot of the people that we've been meeting and running into have been telling us and describing that this is a place where people grow up here, they're born here, and they tend to stay here, but also just how hurt they are to see that a lot of the businesses down this strip leading into downtown Kenosha has been damaged, and that's why they felt the need to be out here this morning, grabbing a broom, grabbing a shovel, and even helping some of the other local businesses board up their windows, many of which have been smashed as well.
And the political reaction to this locally and more widely, I know the governor has condemned what's happened in the strongest terms. How vocal have politicians been?
There have been a lot from both sides of the aisle, Republican and Democrats, who have come out and voiced their stance on this, and overall asking that yesterday the Governor Evers, governor of Wisconsin, called for a special session, and a lot of people are reminding folks that if they really want to see that change, that they need to go out and head to the polls, and that's the same kind of message that representatives from both sides of the aisles have been expressing as they are making those comments on Twitter, on Facebook, and all of their social media platforms as well.
Okay, Christine Flores there in Kenosha, in Wisconsin. Thank you very much, in front of the ruins of that correctional facility that's been destroyed.